This is Washington Watch. I'm your host, Tony Perkins. So good to have you with us. The website, tonyperkins.com. All right, the left has no sense of humor. We've known that. But this cancel culture is just, it's gone berserk. I mean, they're canceling everything. In fact, a nearly 3-decade-old comic strip, Mallard Fillmore, I'm sure you've seen it. It's being pulled from the Gannett newspapers across the country. Why? What's wrong with a little humor? Well, let's ask Bruce Tinsley. He's the creator of the comic strip, and he joins us now with answers. Bruce, welcome to Washington Watch.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you having me on.
So, Mallard Fillmore, it's been canceled by the left. Why?
Well, why is everybody getting canceled? I don't understand it. This was over 2 cartoons, from what I understand, that I did about the Equality Act and about the executive order, Biden's order that preceded it. And apparently the executives at Gannett thought that it was hurtful. It didn't attack transgender people or in any way, but it did support women's rights to compete with only other biological women in sports. And, I read the article on your website today by Mary Beth Waddell about the very same thing. And it's just, to me, is a matter of fairness. And I had a cartoon where Biden was, saying, and I know what the American people want, kill American jobs, drive up the fuel costs, and help transgender athletes beat the crap out of biological females. And apparently that was enough to do it.
But, Mr. Tinsley, America has a long, long track record of political satire in comic strips, and that if we can't laugh at ourselves and use humor in a subtle way, I mean, what's left in terms of dialogue in this country?
I don't really know, and I'm not sure what's going on. The climate, the current cancel culture, as everybody says, climate is really scary. I've always been on the right, but I'm married to a liberal woman, wonderful, brilliant woman, and we've been married for 31 years, and I've worked in newsrooms all my life. And there was a time, and I'm sure you probably remember, when the left really, even if they were against your position, encouraged debate. And
yes.
Debate and discussion were encouraged in colleges and in the media and all this stuff. And it seems like all of that is suddenly changing in a really frightening way. I just got a phone call at 5 o'clock from a colleague of mine, Gary Varvel, who is an editorial cartoonist for Creator Syndicate. And he said, guess what, Bruce, I'm in your same boat. I just got canceled in 13 newspapers. Well, I beat him. I got canceled in 69 papers altogether in one day. But it's really, it's frightening for the future of our country and the media and just discussion.
Bruce, were you surprised when you got the call?
Yeah, I was, because it's never happened before. And the president of my syndicate, King Features, and my editor both said they'd never seen it before. Because what happened was that I was canceled at the corporate level. They went over the heads of all their local newspaper editors all over the country, from Florida to California to everything in between, and didn't even give their editors or publishers a say. They said, this is, we're canceling Mallard Fillmore immediately. And, like I said, the people at my syndicate said it had never happened before in their experience that way. And it seems to be happening more and more. That's exactly what happened to Gary Varvel today.
So, Bruce, where do you think, I'm sure you had some time to think about this, where do you think this ends? Where does this go?
I don't know, because every time I think, people are coming to their senses, then something else happens again. I mean, you've got, yes, he'll continue, and he's always available every day on my syndicate's website, if I can plug that.
Yes,
it's
do.
mallardfillmore.com.
Go ahead,
Yeah, it's
plug
just
it.
mallardfillmore.com, and you can see it for free there every day. And it's still going to be in a lot of papers, and I appreciate readers writing their papers who take it out and reading the strip and other conservative material in papers that are still carrying it.
We can do that. We absolutely can, and I will encourage folks to do it. Bruce Tinsley, thanks so much for joining us and for not backing up in the face of the cancel culture.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely.